Oh, we're live. Here we go. Oh, I gotta do the countdown. Sorry, guys. Welcome, and I think we're live, and you know who we're going to have on here. You definitely know. There I am. You know we're going to have a guest today, and I'm using a new platform. That's why there's a learning curve, and it's going to be interesting, real interesting. So who we're going to have? Who we going to have? Who we going to have? It's Charles Greene. And that probably didn't go very smooth because it took like a minute and a half, 2 minutes for it to connect. All right, let me.
Guys, Mitch has a new toy. He's enjoying the heck out of this. I'm going to say this right up front. The ambient quality of the sound for both this and like playing live guitar is interesting. It's kind of nice, warm. I think was the word that we came up with, ambient warm. We had a little fun with it. It's good to see everybody, by the way. But yeah, Mitch is trying out a new platform. He invited me on, and
this is an alternative. You know, there's different ones out there. This is an alternative to StreamYards. It is called EVMux or EVMux. It's probably French. EVMUX, and they have a free version. And with this free version, it gives you so much more than what StreamYard has. It gives you 30 hours a month of recording, of live streaming, and I forget how many hours of recording, more hours of recording if you just want to do recordings. And it's got it's got all these. Now there is some music stuff in StreamYards, but it's got these like a soundboard, you know, like. Oh, let me put that back up here. And. Of course, I don't monetize, but then
it's Ryan in the green room. Where are the boys? What's going on?
So we got 10 people in here. Let's see, we got Quentin FJ.
Right on, man.
Cemetery, Trev's in here. Then Quentin's in there again, and Cemetary's in there again, and Quentin's in there again. So, but it says 10 people, 11 people. Oh, 11 comments.
I don't know. Oh, New Jersey too.
7 people are in here.
Nice. Right on, man.
So that's good. Cool. Right in here. But as I was saying, it gives you these, let's say, if you're adding a guest, you can add up to 12 guests in here for the free version. And then, who else we got coming in? Come on, work right. This works right. I'm clicking the wrong thing. Of course, I don't have no one else coming in. But, and it's got this, it gives you 6 sounds. And you can change them up. I changed 1, 2. Yeah, and.
Nice. Oh, shit. That's cool.
Pretty well. I think it's fine. Good
That's
enough.
Great, man. That's great.
And I like this one here is because I've been dreaming of a new. I've been dreaming of getting a guitar. I don't know why. Yeah, my dream scene. Anywho, let me go back into the comments. All right, let's see. My night bot is working. Hello, Paul Lou. How are you?
Right on, Paul.
So we got 8 people in here, but it'll creep up. It always creeps up towards the first half hour. Mr. Mick.
Right there, Mr. Mick.
How are you, sir? And Dan, New Jersey.
Sounds kind of like Bewitched.
Yeah.
Like Bewitched when Endora would come into the scene or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, Elizabeth Montgomery? Oh, my gosh. Anyway, her and Barbara Eden, I Dream of Jeannie. Anyway, that's another story. Um, anyway, so I've known you for, I don't know, 6 months, whatever. Somebody came to me, said, Charles, he wants to jam with OU812, and he needs help with his sound. So, and we hooked up, and we've been doing stuff ever since. And you're like the Mr. Nice Guy, your reputation, Mr. Nice Guy of the YouTubes. You know how I look at it. You know, you're on, I don't know how many different shows and do all kinds of stuff. And I got to know you're pretty. Recording stop. Recording stop for free plan. Okay, I didn't want to record anything. The thing just popped up. I hope I wasn't recording. I didn't plan to. Anywho, I'm still alive, people. Let me know if I'm still alive, ladies and gentlemen, and make sure, you know, because let me know if I'm still. Yeah, like I said, we got you all set up, so you got your thing going on. You're using bias effects and Reaper. And actually, I did find a section in there with to reset your views without doing what we did. So if it happens next time, see if that works. Anyway, but anyway, so I'm going to have you on here. I would like to pick your brain, you know, if I may, because you're one of the better guitar players around, in my opinion. You know,
you keep saying that. I'm going to say it just like this. I've been playing for a little while, and I wish like hell I had stuck with it when I was a little kid. But it just wasn't meant to be. I had a lot of different interests.
Right.
I mean, that's just how it was.
Yeah, we all did was call emails.
Well,
but anyway, back then.
But thank you for those kind words. I'm just on the same journey as everybody else. There's some things I do a little better than others, but I'm still working on the things I do half-ass decent. I'm still working on it. This is a journey. There is not a destination here for any of us until it's over. And it's all about promoting quality of the instrument to this community. Pretty much, that's my stance on it. I want to have a healthy take on everything I do on YouTube. I strive for it. I really, really try. And I get to meet all these wonderful people, and it is really fun. You know, you've set me up with the ability to do what I wanted to do, which
Right.
a couple of years ago, a year and a half ago, when I started getting into the whole not a real amp, using digital stuff, downloading specific things on here. I went with a Focusrite. I went with bias effects. I run it through Reaper. It's amazing how all of that in itself was not enough. I didn't know. You have to do even more than that to come on here and for me to pick my guitar up. And for quality tone, we're talking about melt your face, good tone. There's a lot of little things you got to do. But there's multiple paths, and there's no one right way. Just like a pedal chain. You may like it another way. It may sound like shit to everybody else, but it may be your thing, and it's not wrong. Sounds like shit. So, you know. But I'm joking. I'm joking.
Yeah. I use bias effects too, but I never delved into it like you did. I had the standard plan, and I just couldn't jive with it, you know. And but you're getting some good tones out of it.
Yeah, I am. We did a thing today, and the thing about bias effects is this: it has progressed and morphed over the last couple of years. They're doing a lot of upgrades. I just got a new upgrade. Well, it's been a few months now, but it was a fantastic upgrade. There's another upgrade I can do. I'm thinking about doing it. Boys on the OU812, lower registry, your drop C, primarily D standard drop C, and those tones, you know, that's out of my wheelhouse personally. I don't typically go for that tone. It's opposite of an 80s hard rock metal tone.
Right.
The parameters on your pedals are. Oh, go ahead, bro.
Make sure you were losing your. Make sure you have that echo Make sure I have an echo cancellation on. I do. Yeah, you were dropping out a little bit.
Let me double check, brother. Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, it was. It might have been an internet.
Okay.
Could have been on my end.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm good.
it's good. It's good now.
Okay. Yeah, so the parameters have to be changed, and so I'm delving into that a little bit because we gather together. We want to play music together, and it's really important to me personally. It's important that I can come in there with a tone that's at least a good tone. Damn it, the playing may
Mm-hmm.
suck. I may hit a brick wall here and there, which I will,
Mm-hmm.
but I want to have a nice tone. And one of the things about going back to you and what you've done for me,
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't do this on my own. It was just technology was too much for me. I didn't understand it. I tried.
Right.
I gave it a hell of a valiant effort.
Well, I hope I
learned
made
a
it
lot.
easier. I hope I made
Well,
it easier for you.
well, I've learned a lot from you since we started interacting here, and
Right.
I can say that I'm really proud of what I know now.
Mm-hmm.
So I know some stuff. I'm still not
Right.
even close to being there, but
Yeah.
it's a journey. It's not a freaking race, and it's not a destination. So,
Right.
um, the beauty of this right now in this world is I've wanted to be able to sit down on a live stream and at any time just be able to command whatever tone I want, whether it be a preset tone that I've determined to be like a new metal tone, something
Mm-hmm.
from the 2000s as opposed to something from the 80s. I can do it. I have it already. I'm ready. I can do it on a flick of a button. And so the technology is so much fun to me. This is like Luke Skywalker shit. Because when I was a kid, I played with Hot Wheels, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
So
yeah,
this,
yeah, 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 yeah.
and I'll say this because I see Quentin is in the chat. We don't talk
Mm-hmm.
enough. We don't talk enough, damn it. Um, I've got to see him, go through
Mm-hmm.
his little morph thing in real time. It's nice to see other people struggle with the same shit that I struggle with and overcome it
Mm-hmm.
in such a great way. And the path is never the same. It's never the same. It's always something. Now, there's a lot of and that whole just turn echo cancellation off thing. It's amazing, you can do that, but if you're not set up, it's not going to work still. It doesn't work. However, you have to do that as well.
Mm-hmm.
There's little things, but it's been nice to see Quentin get his tone straight.
Right,
Um,
right, right.
but
Yeah,
yeah,
it's just so many like people are doing things differently. You're using a DAW. Some people will use like a Line 6 Helix going into a mixer or whatever. We're doing strictly to a DAW, and then we're using a program to get the effects into here so it can be heard live.
Mhm.
So there's different ways, of doing it, and we tried this EV MUX, or
Mhm.
EV Mu, and the sound, like we said earlier today, it sounds so much better in here. I mean, number one, we're able to do 1080. You can see how much better Charles' video is than it normally is. We're doing 1080, and you can't do that on a free version in StreamYards, but you can here. But even I don't know about the sound, but the sounds is like a whole lot better. I mean, what we're doing, oh my gosh, it's
I
like
know.
in your face better, in my
Well,
opinion.
I'm doing this now with desk speakers, desktop monitors. So
Right.
I notice it's a warmer sound right off the bat. I use the word warmer. I don't know any other way to say that. It's like just you put a blanket on it. I don't know how else to say it. But with
Right.
headphones on, it's kind of a different experience, and it was very noticeable, especially with live guitar.
Right.
It really
Right,
it
right.
was noticeable. Now, I got a question for you now. So we got the 1080p as far as the visual quality. Is there any upgrade in sound quality?
I don't know. I haven't researched that.
You know,
We're
I
just
guess-
we're using the defaults, and
Yeah.
I
I'm curious if there's any more tweaking you can do to the audio on this to enhance it even more. I don't know that you need
I don't
to.
know. Just like normally, right here, I could turn on background noise reduction. I can use. I'm using that where I just turned that on.
Okay.
In here, we're not playing music. It's fine. And QA stereo input is essential to. Yeah, here it is. It says it right here, which we normally do when you're playing your guitar. Stereo audio output. To utilize a stereo audio input, it is essential to deactivate echo cancellation and noise suppression, which we do. Yeah, so we do that. But it's even telling you to do that, which we don't want to do. You have to do that or it's not going to sound right. But I don't know if it's, I don't see, I'll have to research to see if the audio quality is better. It certainly sounds like it, what we did this afternoon.
Yeah, I'm curious how it'll sound with multiple people, but how it's going to be when you add people to it, what that's going to be like. There's always a sort of a litmus test to all of that. It'll be nice to see.
Yeah, in here, because I have not used this with music, and it sounded really good for you.
Dan from New Jersey, you rock, Dan. He says there's definitely more depth in the tone and sound.
Yeah, and not to mention the visual. Your visual. Oh, look who's here! The Shredder himself. Oh no, I thought it said Randy. Rhodey's Jam King. Hey, Rhodey.
Right on, Rhodey.
I can't see. I'm blind. I thought it was Randy Page. For a minute. Anyway, but everything is so much better, and you've come a long way, and you can do your own stuff. You can record. You know how to do your own recordings in StreamYards. You can do the same thing here.
Okay, so let me cut you off for half a second. Okay, so now I'm at a weird place with this. It's not a weird place. I'm at a place with this where I need to implement a MIDI foot effects console. I need one because all of the pedals in my chain, I can link them to the switch on the floor. And for instance, many times I need to step on a switch so that I can not only boost a lead tone, but do some magic to it. I might want to switch from a hard melt your face tone to a real nice acoustic patch for 30 seconds. That's popular in a lot of the 80s metal that I listen to. There's either intros or outros and things that are done. Metallica comes to mind immediately, where I can simply step on a switch and not worry about it and have a preset patch of a most gorgeous, clean, just liquidy. There's so many things I can do with my bias effects. I haven't used but about 20%.
Yeah, I don't know. You know it better than I do. I don't. I tried it a little bit, and it is amazing.
As far as and I'll say the same thing for Reaper. There's lots of things I don't do in Reaper that I will be learning, such as when I'm playing the backing tracks I'll lay down a specific little part. It might only be for 20 seconds. It might be for, like, for instance, a harmony with a couple of little guitar licks together that overlap. I need to be able to do that. I need to be able to kind of fade them in and fade them out so they're not so harsh when they come in. That's an easy thing to do. That's like 101 for that stuff, right? Well, I don't know it yet.
I can do that.
I half-ass know it, but I
can show you how to do that. Yeah,
I'm not great at it.
Yeah, if you just went a little section, cut it out, and then I know, fade it, because I don't utilize it either, but I know how to.
Well, it's important for. So one thing I noticed about playing live on YouTube, now that we have ambient quality of sound, it picks up everything. And it's brutally unforgiving if you don't control it. And it's kind of the other side of the fence kind of a deal. But, that's all part of the fun. And it's fun. It's fun, man. I got to tell you, I'll talk about Quentin again. I see the look in his face when he has wonderful moments. And I say, yeah, man, that's cool. And I do the same thing for you. I'm going to put you on the spot, Mitch.
Me?
Yeah. I think you really should start doing more backing tracks on your channel for you. I think I love that doom metal track that you laid down just a week
Yeah.
ago, 2 weeks ago. It's been maybe 10, 14 days, something like that.
Hello,
Um,
Brian Stewart. Brian's.
right on, Brian. It's good to see you, brother. Um, no, I'm serious. And I'm going to say the same thing to Trev when I see Trev because I enjoy listening to you play guitar. I love it when you have those moments of, yeah, the light bulb goes off and you get the lick down. You know the notes, but it's not just about knowing the damn notes. It's about phrasing things correctly and getting them in sync, correct. And when that happens, that's really nice to see. I get a kick out of it. I get a real big kick out of that.
Yeah, my trouble's always been, if I have the music up there and if I have the wording and when to change, it's just I can't. Now licks, I might be able to do a riff here and a lick, but just playing the song all the way through, just like well, I was hit me with your best shot. You saw me working on that.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think I got the lead down pretty well, but just playing it from the beginning and. But of course that might be a copyright thing. I don't know. It probably is, but I had it sounded pretty good. I thought.
Well, it's interesting. I think about that kind of stuff. Talk about the copyright thing. Every time I play a song now, I in the back of my mind, Walla cries. It's good to see you, brother. You rock, man. Welcome.
Oh,
brother.
you look. Guess who just came in? Look who just came in. Who just came in the chat? Who is it? Look, it's Dwight Bailey. Hello, Dwight.
Right on, Dwight. The hitman himself.
Himself.
Flesh, man.
Upload that. I can upload the boom. I didn't do that yet. I only have it for the one thing.
It's good to see you, Dwight. Right on, brother.
Very cool.
Mitch, I lost my.
I sorry. I just didn't want to miss people that just want to say hi to him. What did you say?
You're cool. I don't remember what.
About playing the right thing and get the right sound and.
Well, shit. I wish I hadn't lost my train of thought.
Somebody. What was Charles just thinking of before I rudely
Somebody help
interrupted
me out, man.
Before I'm old. I'm really old. In another year and a half, I might make 70.
Well, I don't want to use that excuse. I am old, but I don't use that excuse unless I absolutely have to. Mitch will throw it out from time to time, but I'm.
I feel like. I'm feeling better. I had problems with my weight, and a lot of the people that have known me for years, they know I've just up into like a human yo-yo. But this time it's going to work. I'm going to keep it all. But that's something else.
Absolutely.
But I'm just amazed how much your video looks. It's better than normal. Even the color. That's just for a regular webcam. Me, I have my Sony digital camera, and I got lenses for it, and it costs a pretty penny. I better be getting a better picture, much clearer.
Oh, it definitely
picture,
is.
yeah. But everything is better. Everything sounds better. We have 17 people in here watching right now.
Are you kidding me?
17. I hope I'm not missing anybody. No,
Well,
I think I
gotta be if there's 17 people. I haven't called out to 17 people. Is there a button that'll show me? Wait,
look on top. I don't know if it shows a few. It'll show for me.
Hang on a second.
And now there's 8. There's 8. Somebody else just came in. There's 18 people.
Okay. So
Very
we got
good.
Randy Price is in the chat, right there, Randy. Rick Hefner.
Okay.
Rick.
Oh, howdy, Rick. Now I'm not seeing them. Oh, there we go. Hey. Oh, shoot. There we go. Hello, Rick. And I didn't see. Rick, you said Randy Price was in there.
Yeah. I saw.
Or
Randy.
you mean Randy? Rudy's
Randy Price. Randy Price.
Okay, I'm seeing 19. Very good, guys.
He's my He's my Waffle House buddy, man. I am not.
Oh my God, this guy and his riffs. His licks are second to none. Are they?
He's
not?
sick.
Oh my God,
he's so sick. I meet him at this music store in Lincolnton. I look him up and down. I'm a pretty good judge of character. I say to myself, This guy's got his shit together.
Mm-hmm. And
He's
my fingers hurt just from watching when Randy plays and watch him shredding. I said my fingers start aching. I couldn't do a tenth of what he does.
he he's interacting. I just looked at him. I
Yeah.
said, "Listen," I said, "you take care of your business. I'm going to go in here and look at some guitars."
Oh,
And
here's
so,
somebody. All right, let me show you. Lester, thanks for stopping by. This guy talking about shred. He is the ultimate. You have to listen to him and please support his channel.
Lester,
He is
right
a
on,
guitar instructor
right on, bro.
and a guitar phenom. And
Excellent.
he may talk himself down, but he is unbelievable. I mean, you talk about going 1,000 miles an hour without hardly moving your. That's the key, right? Little movements. He is unbelievable. I mean, I bought a couple of his. I bought a guitar pack from him. He helped me out. He gave me a lesson, and it's helping. But it's like, am I going to live long enough to take a benefit from it? I mean, I do see a benefit, but I don't know if I'll live long at my age. But go support him, Lester Mitchell, and subscribe to his channel. If you want to take lessons, go ahead and hit him up on lessons. He got all his information on there. And I mean, this guy's going to help you, but you just got to listen to some of his stuff he does. He is unbelievable. I mean, really. Him and the ball shredder, another good friend of mine.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I look at Randy and I said, "Man," I said, "look, you go handle your business. I'm going to go in here and look at some guitars." And so I'm in a
Right.
real guitar store. I'm a real guitar store. I hadn't been in. Not talking about Guitar Flipping Center. I'm talking about a
Right.
real guitar store.
Right.
And it's packed. There's-
Your sound is cutting out. I don't know why.
How about now?
It's back.
Okay.
Maybe stay closer to your.
Okay.
That might be it because you're using that built-in mic. It might be
I
it.
got
Right.
you. And so there's 20 people all interacting. I'm listening to people making deals, people checking out guitars. I'm talking about guitars, man. Guitars.
Mm-hmm.
Everything you could think of. And then so I'm on the other side of this wall and I walk around and I see Randy sitting down in a chair. He's got a Black Star combo amp down on the floor and he's got this guitar that he's thinking of buying. And I look at it and I said, damn, the neck. I'm looking at the neck and I'm thinking, wow, And he starts plucking out a couple of notes, and so I give him one of these, and I meander my way down around. I come around. There's this big tall wall right down the middle of the store with stuff on both sides. So I come right around. I'm standing right on the other side of the wall from him while he's sitting in this chair, but he doesn't know it. And there's this dude who works in the store, and he's standing there like working on hanging a guitar. And Randy starts going into this shtick. And immediately I'm listening to him play guitar and I'm like, I've heard him play a couple of times on Ryan's show and I swear to God, I've never heard this.
Mm-hmm.
I've never heard that before from
Right.
Randy. And so he's playing, and so now he's sitting in this chair for a good 20 minutes. He put this guitar through the motions, 20, maybe longer.
Right.
And I'm talking to the guy working in the store, and the guy looks at me and he goes, Shredder. Just like that. Shredder.
Yeah.
I go, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's what this guy said.
They always attract the people. Like when I go to Guitar Center, because most of the time people are playing just as bad as me, but then you'll get that one. The guy knows what he's doing. He draws a crowd, and it's pretty cool.
It was just, I was like, damn. And the amp, I forget the model of Black Star, but everything was perfect. It was just perfect, and it sounded just huge. It was just badass. And I was listening to him play, and I got to listen to him go through a test run on the guitar. He's playing all kinds of different stuff, trying up and from one end of the neck to the other. And the end result of it, I kind of came back around the corner. I was kind of looking, meandering my way back to him, and he goes, I think this is going to work. I think is what he said. That this will work. And I just was like, I didn't even know what to say to him. I was like, dude, this is, you really play guitar.
Oh yeah.
You can play guitar. And then I told him, I remember this part though, clear as a bell. I said, I have never heard you do that on Ryan's show. I'm guessing it's forthcoming. And he just kind of grinned. He said, well, yeah, I'm kind of holding back. And I'm spilling our conversation, Randy, because you're here listening to it. I hope he's blushing. I really do.
Now, for you, some of you guys don't know. I know most of you do. I don't think Lester does. There is a show, YouTube channel called OU812 with the number two at the end, and these guys get together on Thursday nights at 8 and Sunday evening at like 5:05, and they'll jam. They'll backtrack. They might have 10 or 12 people in there, and it sounds really, really good. You ought to check it out. And Lester, if you haven't changed, the thing is you have to be set up a certain way so you don't get this. You need a mix monitor set up so you don't get the echo. I don't know if that will work with you because playing loopback will mess you up. You need to just have like I use virtual cables. That's what Landry uses, and that way you're only doing one signal. You're not getting the other people aren't going to hear themselves if you do it that way. Anyhow, continue, Charles. Sorry.
And as an extension to what Mitch just said, so the beauty of it is Mitch gets me set up. He gets me all here rocking. I'm rocking live. I come in to Ryan's show, and the guys in Ryan's show, they're all about making your tone good.
Right.
It's the next step. That's the next step. And so you're there, and you've got too many opinions sometimes.
Right.
I'm joking, but there's lots of it. But Ryan will let you play, and sometimes, he set up a private thing for me so I could, put a backing track up there, and so he could get the level correct. Mm-hmm. And he needed to. It was not. It was either going to be crap or it was going to be good. It was that drastic a change, and so he worked with me to make sure that I could come in here and actually present my tone correctly and as good. You know what I'm saying? It's not just, hey, that'll work. No, that's good enough is really not in his wheelhouse. He tries to make it to where, because he's it's his channel. He wants everyone to sound as possibly can. There's a method to the madness, but it's so beneficial to all of us in the community.
So, did you watch any of it? No, did you watch any of it Sunday night?
Did I?
Yeah, Ryan.
I watched.
Did you see LBRJ was fine on there, and he wasn't getting any echo.
Yes.
And when he was playing, it was good, but it was low. So I don't know, other than that,
so
he was sounding pretty good.
His tone is one of the tones that needs to get tweaked and messed with.
You just need to be just up. But they finally got it where.
And sometimes it's not just turn the volume up. That's not always the answer. Many times.
There's I only know how to do it with using a DAW, where the other guys they're using like what's Randy using a THR 30X or whatever. I have a 10X, and so it's going to probably be a little different. I have used that. I can use that as an audio interface too, but I can use the the headphones out. I have the what is it, 1/4 inch jack to 3.5 or actually no, I'm wrong. It's anyway, and I can the 1/4 inch jack can go into here. It sounds pretty good, but that's a whole different ball game getting it to work, and so that'd be like a whole nother learning curve to get the sound right. I still love my Helix Native, and that's what I use. I'm using the same patch 90% of the time.
So one of the, okay. So all this new technology and all of this new this and that, I remember the Tone King back in the old Tone Cave, 9 years ago, before he changed. I can remember the way, he went through his chain, talked about how he presents his tone live. He didn't give all of his secrets, but he gave.
You're talking about the Tone King, Lewis?
Yes, Lewis the Tone King.
Right.
Then, remember Pixie Licks.
Yeah,
I remember
Steve from Boston.
when it was Pixie Licks
exactly
himself. I love that as well. But he actually had a video that has been up now for a few years, and then he revised it on doing a Focusrite and actually getting your tone.
As
And
I,
how to
that's
do
one of
that.
the first ones I listened to it. Yep.
Well, his tone back in those days, I listened to him, and that was really the benchmark for what I considered to be the minimal quality that, and it was above minimal. I don't mean to say it was just minimal.
Right.
It was good. That was what needed to be. Um, and his tones, he was looking for 80s rock tones. That's primarily what he was going for. Or he was going for like an 80s Metallica metal tone, maybe something around a Slayer amp, but more Metallica. Um, they're very similar, actually.
Right. Right.
But those were good tones. And they stand today. You can go to his videos right now from 8 years back, and his tone is wonderful.
Well, he's going through it all. He's using THU. I have it too. I haven't used it since I put the Helix Navel here, and that's good. It gives you it gives you that double delay effect, and a lot of good stuff in there. But I haven't used it lately. But
Uh-huh.
yeah, and that's what I'm pretty sure it's what he uses 90% of the time. Yeah, but he's doing something with the mixer too. I don't know, maybe something a little different, but I know he uses that THU.
Well, he is okay. Talking about Steve from Boston. No, he's
Right.
no longer Pixie Licks.
Right.
Things changed, unfortunately. Uh, he's going into a camera.
Yeah, I think it's going to camera. Okay.
It's a nice camera.
Right.
It's a very high quality camera too.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but those tones still stand the test of time, and it just goes to show you there's just another path to get a good end result. I remember Joshua Jones was live. It was more than a year ago, but he was using the TH10X, the Yamaha, which you have behind you.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how he was micing it, but I will say that his tone was absolutely melt your face outstanding.
Mm-hmm.
It was wonderful. Now, was it as crisp and clean as what we're getting right here? No. Or what we maybe get on Ryan's show? No. It was a little dirtier and a little more nasty, but all of the bells and whistles were there, and the ambient quality was quite good, and you could hear his articulation directly through the amp with his fingers as you were listening to it. It was wonderful. So, there's different platforms to deliver sound over this type of format.
Right. I think 4 of the guys that come on there, was it 4 that they use the Rodecaster Pro 2?
Yes.
So everything, all their sounds are wind up in there, and that's what gets streamed through here.
I'm not real familiar with the Rodecaster, Mitch.
No, I'm not either.
Well, Ryan explained it a little bit to me, but he gave me just enough information where I really don't know what I'm talking about.
Well, it has stuff you can record to it. You can put your sound effects in it, not the computer, in it, because it's an audio interface. It actually has 2 audio interfaces, and it has a mix minus thing on there. So when we say mix minus, let's say I have people in here, right? I'm playing guitar, but if my setup's not right, like you guys might hear it, right? The guys on the internet, but the people here in the chat, when they would talk, they would get an echo back of themselves. So that's what they need to get. They need to be able to talk without hear themselves. So that's why it has to be done in a certain way. And you can do that if you're using a Rodecaster. It's got a built-in thing. I mean, there's some adjustments I don't know how to do it. And then, or if I'm using Lander, and that works automatically when you select it. It uses virtual audio cables, and it works. Because I do have loopback, but it does not cut all the same. It will do multiple. In other words, if you talk, it's going to bring that back, and you don't want that. You don't want that. So
yeah, the real issue that I had, other than just you going back and just resetting everything up and making sure it was all correct, was the inclusion of Lander in my in the whole process. That because I had no problem without the Lander cranking up and having all I wanted right here. I could
Right.
do everything I needed. It's just that what you guys heard, there was a problem. You had to turn your mic down, or you would get, for some reason, it would loop back. Well, that's part of what you're talking
You're
about.
not getting it now, not since you've been
Yeah.
using Landers.
And so Lander solved it.
Right.
But getting to the point of Lander and knowing that's what's going to fix the problem was a journey. That was a very confusing kind of a thing that you worked out. Nelson Rodriguez is in the chat. It's good to
Hello,
see you,
Nelson.
Right on, man. And Randy Price points out that Black Star sounds pretty good. Oh no, I'm so sorry. Let me skip forward. Ryan, John, Randy, and Jimmy all use the Rodecaster Pro
Correct.
2. Rodecaster Pro 2. I'm sorry, I started reading one of his other responses. Yeah, that Black Star did sound pretty good. Oh, damn, I wish you guys could have been there in that music store. I didn't want to leave. I'm looking for an excuse to go back.
Right.
I don't need anything right now. I got too many irons in the fire, man. I got irons in the fire, Mitch. I got
I
a lot
hear
of
ya.
fire irons right now.
Yeah, I mean, I thought about getting a Rodecaster, but I'm not on any of the people playing with her. I'm not on your level, right? And I don't know if it's going to benefit me because I'm still doing things the same way, just using Lander, right?
Yeah. Hey, pardon me for 1 second. I'll be right back.
Go ahead. And while Charles is doing something, we can look. EV Mux. I don't hear nothing with that one. I don't know what that one does. Video game music. Yeah, I don't know about that. But he's back.
Sorry about that.
That's fine.
I've got a 130 some odd pound Labrador, thinks he runs the entire house at that door right now, and he's wanting me to take him outside, but somebody else is going to take
Oh, I was
him.
gonna say, I mean, if you're the only one home, you go ahead and take it.
No, I'm not, and it's all good, but
Okay.
he's my buddy. You know how it is. I love
Yeah.
dogs. You guys might know.
Yeah. Yeah, my dog was sick all day.
Oh, bro, I'm sorry.
Sickly. Well, she itches real bad. So we got this medicine, it's a pill, and it works.
Sure.
But then it gives her upset stomach. So I must have taken her out 15 times last night, just throughout the morning, and But I think so we quit giving her the medicine for now. She's doing better right now. So
Good.
anywho,
Good. I'm glad to hear that, brother.
but getting back to the sound, we're managing to do. Like I can do pretty much anything what Ryan does, I think, except for play like him, like any of those guys. But I can get this, you and I could be playing to a backtrack, it would sound all right, But I do notice, I don't know if Ryan noticed it, like when from what you guys are hearing, well, it may sound different than what the people are hearing live. It could be a little off a little bit. Mm-hmm. I noticed that, and I don't know how much difference it is. But when you guys are in the I'm going to call it the hangout, the actual StreamYard hangout, you're all together, and what you're hearing, it could be a little different than what's being heard on the internet. Maybe not too much, but it could be a little different. Because I've been in other things, they're saying it sounds good. They're trying to do a setup like this. I'm not mentioning any names. I got to crank the thing up 3/4 away to hear it. So something's not right.
Well, that's just part of, and Ryan tries to work that out, and he does an incredible job at it.
Right.
Every once in a while, one of the guys who comes in, it's happened to me. It's happened to me more than once. My level's not high enough.
Right.
and I'll sometimes I'll correct it.
Right.
But those are correctable things, and you got to think about it this way. I know you do. You put that many guys in one room, essentially, and they're all playing live guitars. I can't believe that we can actually do this shit. I swear to God, it blows my mind. And that they're all can be dialed into the same level, and each of their qualities of their sound, their pedal chain, whatever effects they're using are all unique, and
Yeah.
it gives it back. Shit, amazing, amazing.
But you're all playing to a backtrack. Now, if you were playing against each other, that might be a different story. Yeah, but it still works. I mean, playing to a
No, I
backtrack.
heard Randy and R2 did a duet thing where they were playing melody together,
Oh,
and
I didn't. I missed that one.
it worked out so good.
Did it
And
go
I'll
work?
say this on my backing tracks, what I've started doing. Not that I've been damn good at it. This is learning for me, but if I've got two guitars, I've got a Def Leppard song I'm going to do here very soon. I already did one. I did one, and I laid down the backing track for both. I did the guitar parts for both guitars.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in the backing track there were two other guitar parts that were overlaid onto a couple of the original tracks that I took away. Okay? And so I had to, in a couple of parts, lay in a couple of these and those to where they come in for. That was part of what I was talking about the whole coming in a little, softening the intro to a whatever little segment that I'm putting into the track, and then maybe softening it as it leaves. Maybe not. May not need to. I might like to just ring out. But anyway, that's what's important.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think you got it. Definitely got it dialed in. Oh, got the wrong one there. That's what I wanted to show up.
Definitely
Well,
having fun getting to see all the different guys progressing. I haven't been in the chat lately. I've been out for a couple of weeks now. I will be back. I'm looking forward to interacting with everybody. And this guitar journey has been so much fun. It has turned around the guitar journey I've had. I've been dying to be able to, at the drop of a hat, come in here and have a presentable tone to where the only thing I really need to worry about is playing half-ass okay and not screwing up. If that's all I've got to worry about, that's minimizing my world to where I can do what I want to do. That's where I'm at. And it's wonderful.
Speaking where you're at, how did you get started playing guitar? What got you into playing guitar? And do you remember what your first guitar was?
So my brother played acoustic guitar. He's my older brother is about 15 years older than me.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm 12 years old. He walks up to me and hands me 4 or 5 albums at an early age. And it kind of rounded my, musical taste. One was ZZ Top, Rio Grande Mud.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
One was Layla. One was a guy by the name of Nicky Hopkins. He was a piano player who did some, not really rock and roll, but really good. It was really nice, and it rounded out the stuff he was handing me. He handed me a Cream album. He handed me He handed me a stack of really good music. But it was the ZZ Top that messed me up, you guys. I'm going to say it like that.
Oh, really?
At the age of 12.
Yeah.
Tush was my shit. 13. Rio Grande Mud was the album. That was the album. Also, it morphed from that into bands and it very quickly started morphing. Got me into Deep Purple. Handed me a Dickie Betts album very soon after that. Started kind of transitioning his record collection. I would see him. We'd see each other from time to time because we didn't live in the same house. He was my older brother. He'd already moved out. And he'd throw me an album from time to time. Toys in the Attic. I can remember him showing up and saying, we need to check this out. And we did. It was really cool. It was really cool. But he played acoustic guitar. Back to your question. He played acoustic guitar. And it was primarily stuff from the 60s. I would say that. But he was into it, and he was pretty good at it, and he taught me a couple of things. He taught me some basic root chords.
Now, was it his guitar, or did you get one?
It was his guitar.
Okay.
And then and the thing about it was it was just something else that I did. I never really bonded to it at the time. I just didn't. I played it, but I never really bonded and got into it.
Right.
What I did get into though was piano. See, guitar is
Okay.
something I dabbled in but never got into. My parents forced me to take piano lessons at an early age.
Oh,
Okay.
how long?
Okay. Let's back up. I'm in school, elementary school. The band, they're asking anybody, send out the little flyer. Anybody want to play in the band? Well, there's, in elementary school, you've got some, the girls play the flute. Sometimes guys do it, but primarily when I was in elementary school, the girls played the flute. The guys would play the saxophone. The guy would play the French horn. Um, a guy would typically drum. That's just how it was.
Hmm.
But I wanted to play a saxophone. And my mother wanted me to play piano. And I said, well, there's no piano in the school band, in the school orchestra. She said, well, I want you to sing chorus. And, well, you can take chorus for music at school. And you can take piano lessons with your father.
Hmm.
Now, at the time, I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy about that. I wasn't happy about it. But I had to do it.
Hmm.
I really liked this lady. Her name was Mary Tucker. She was like a church pianist,
Hmm.
and she taught music at Aviation High School, I believe, which was like the closest high school to where
Hmm.
my high school. And she was a friend of my father's and my mother's. And so we started, and so it was 5, 6 years, maybe longer. I'd have to think about it, but it was quite a long time. And so every other week, I spent 30 minutes sitting at her piano, and she gave me formal lessons, and we did everything. We did Bach,
Hmm.
Beethoven, Mozart, Chopin. It was all formal, you know. And I remember I was about into my 6th year with her. I'd been there. We did recitals and things like that. And Kiss had come out. The song Beth had come out. Peter Criss sings it. It's his song. And I was in a music store, and I saw this sheet music, uh, a picture of Kiss coming up in bright color. It looked like a comic book is what I actually thought it was. And I pick it up, and it's the music to Beth on piano. And I looked and I said, shit, I can play this. And so I showed up, and I handed her that music, and the look on her face, I believe it was, I'm forgetting the album cover. Anyway, it was an album cover on there, and it was ferocious and typical Gene in all of his glory. And she says, "You want to learn this?" And I said, "I really, really would like to." And she looks at me with a look she had never given me before. There was a, very, Christian lady. You know what I'm saying? She never heard anything by the band Kiss.
Hmm.
She opens this music up. She sets it up on the thing, and right here on the little stand, where you place your music. And she looks at the key signature that's over to your left. Your bass and treble clef. It tells you the timing of the music. It tells you what key it's in. Your sharps, flats. It tells you everything. Everything is right there.
Right.
And she starts to play it. And I stop her. I said, "No, no, no. You got to slow it down a little bit." And she looks at me, and I said, "No, it goes like this." Dee, 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 dee. And she fucking played it spot on. It is rudimentary piano. Okay, as simplistic as it gets,
Hmm.
to be honest. But to listen to this accomplished lady play Kiss on a piano was priceless. It was priceless to see her,
Right.
and she enjoyed it. She enjoyed it. She got a kick out of it. She liked the lyrics because the lyrics were all right there.
Did it inspire you though? I mean,
Right in front of me, right there, yeah. And
yeah.
so I asked her if I could play it at a recital, and she said I could.
Okay.
And so I played it at a recital. That was cool.
So how long did you take piano lessons, or?
A little more than 6 years. I want to say 7, probably more like,
Oh, so you're you could still play now.
yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
still play.
I, it probably helps you with guitar playing. You may not think it does, but it does. It's
Um,
got to.
it
'Cause-
helps me with my tone and my ear.
The timing and
Piano is the same. You ask a piano player about piano, they will tell you that all instruments revolve around the sheet music, piano music. It's the
mhm.
sort of the mother of everything. And if you play the piano and you see it written on the piano right there, and the other parts are there, it's just a real blatant picture of the music itself.
Right.
However, you start to incorporate things like guitar or the dynamic of a bass line, or that it's in the key signature that'll tell you,
Hmm.
is it legato, is it staccato, what's the characteristic of how it's supposed to be played. All that information is there, but it's open to interpretation to the person who's playing it, unless you're a purist and you say, no, I want it this way. See, she was a purist, and she used to make me, like, I was playing Free Lease one time for a recital, and there was this one note that I just insisted on putting in it,
Hmm.
and she insisted I leave it out.
Oh, really?
Insisted, because she said it was wrong, and I had, no, it's right. Now who was right? Well, we
Hmm.
both were. We both were. You know, um, but it's interesting how it did help me in that way. I have an ear, but as far as learning to play guitar, my brother taught me a few things on guitar that were foundational. They taught me how to put my fingers to a fret and to strum out something. I've got to, I tell the story. I'm going to tell on Ben's show the next time I'm on. I am going to, I promise, Ben,
Hmm.
I'm going to do the guitar lesson that Robin Crosby from Rat gave me. We're going to do it in real time with a guitar live. It'll be pretty special, I think. You guys will get a kick out of it. I hope if you're a Rat
Right.
fan, you'll love the shit out of it.
Right.
Um, but it wasn't, and so I get into high school and I'm falling out of piano now. I'm into bands like UFO, Deep Purple, real heavy into Purple, um, dabbling in all kinds of British metal, Iron Maiden, Judas. Oh, I just saw Priest last night. It was absolutely kick-ass. Green Monalishi was the shit. Um, God, it was good.
Good.
And I
Good.
saw Queensryche last week at the Fillmore. That was freaking spectacular. Anyway, my ears are still ringing. Um, So I'm listening in high school to those bands, and I run into a friend of mine, John, and another friend of mine, Ralph, and we started. I got a bass guitar, and for about a year and a half, I played bass guitar with those guys just for fun. But I fell out of it. Quite literally
Hmm.
fell out of it. And by the time I was working at the Whiskey, I wasn't really doing anything. I honestly, once I started working in the clubs and saw the caliber of guitar player and just musician in general, I guitar player across the board, entertainment musicians, I literally was like, well, shit, this is not for me. Everybody wants to do it, but it was a little undaunting. I mean, I'm looking at these guys. You just seen Jakey Lee back in the day before he was anybody, before he was anybody.
Hmm.
Um, damn, So I see these guys, and I'm doing my own thing.
Right.
It was about 13 years ago now. And I saw Johnny Bean in the chat. I think I saw
Hmm.
Johnny. It's good to see you, Johnny. I'll give Johnny a shout out. About 13 years ago, I'm deciding I'm going to go back and get a little bit of college education. I go back to school to learn some of the stuff that I just refused to learn when I was supposed to when I
Yeah.
was young. You
Yeah.
guys know the drill. And so I'm going back, and I'm needing a hobby. I needed a hobby, something other than school, other than work. I needed something. And so my son Daniel had a friend who had an electric guitar. It was a Fender Starcaster,
Hmm.
like a Strat, but an
Right.
inexpensive Strat. but it played half-assed well, and he left it at the house. And Daniel walks in and he goes, "Hey, teach me a few chords." And I taught him what I knew. And then he started teaching me some things he learned. And then one night I went on YouTube and I said, "You know what? I want to know how to play the blues." Now, that was an arrogant thing for me to try to do because I couldn't play guitar, but
Right.
I always wanted to be able to play a little lead. I always wanted to, but that's what cracked my interest. That's what got me to where I wanted to. I was like, well, okay. So I started playing guitar. And what I really did after about a year is I started learning songs that I'd always wanted to play. And so I started trying to learn songs. And, I immediately went into Dawkins, and once again, I hit a brick wall. George Lynch, I couldn't do anything he did, but I tried.
Yeah.
I kept trying. And some things I found that I could play. Other stuff I just was learning. Even if you can't play a lick, you don't stop. You don't go, well, I just won't go. No, you learn the damn thing. And you'd be amazed what you can. Look, I'm talking to you guys.
Right.
Play the damn lick for a couple of hours. Learn the lick. Are you going to learn it exactly the way it's supposed to be? Maybe not. You might come up with your version of that lick based on your capability at this moment in time. Fucking work that lick. Play that damn thing. Make it work. And as your hands get stronger, as your ability gets better, you'll have that lick and the one that you're on the quest to learn.
Right.
There's a morph to this shit. A little side note. A lot of times when I personally am trying to learn a song, if there's a lick I can't play, I try to learn it. I keep trying to learn it, but I come up with something else that I can play that will fill into that moment, so I can keep playing the song.
Right. Right.
Because it's just not being able to play one little thing in a song. Here's a good one. I have struggled for years doing the ending arpeggios to Ozzy, not Bark. Yeah, Bark at the Moon. The ending arpeggios of Bark at the Moon solo, the outro. It's hard as shit. Okay, and I'm proud of myself. I can do it half-ass okay, but it's taken me years and years. And
Did you say you just really started playing 13 years ago?
Yeah,
That's not long at all. That's not long at
Well,
all. I mean, if you learned most of your stuff between then and now, oh my
Well,
God.
I
Or
started
your technique
playing-
anyway.
I committed to guitar 13 years ago.
Yeah,
Let's
okay.
put it that way. I committed to
Okay.
it where was my hobby. That's what I did. And then I got the bug of, the fun of collecting guitars and modding
Oh, yeah.
guitars. Modding guitars is a whole nother thing, man. I mean, that's
Yeah.
where you learn. That's where you learn what pickups do and how they react in different stuff. You want to lower your action? Well, there's a learning curve there.
Yeah. And I mean, YouTube, it can teach you anything you need to know
And
now.
it is amazing. It is utterly an amazing
Right.
thing. Brian, you take care, Brian. I guess he left a little bit ago.
Yeah.
Anyway, Mitch.
Yeah, we've been about an hour. I usually don't like to go over an hour because people typically will get bored after an hour. I don't monetize anyway, but But I thank you for doing this.
Oh no, it's thank
And
you
if I
for
get-
asking me in. It's
You would come on with me and Don too. I gotta get you to come on.
anytime you guys.
Yeah,
wanna
I have
get
to. I have to get him
about
set
this
up.
community, we
I
can
think we used
talk.
this before. I can't remember. I think we used this before, him and I. But I have to get him set up if I want to use this too.
And I
Sure,
will say
man.
this: I'm looking forward to meeting Don and getting to listen to Don and hear some of his stories and stuff. Yeah, that'd be kind of a lot of fun, man.
Oh yeah.
It would be. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so I want to thank who's ever left in the chat. We got 14, but we're up to 19 or 20, which is fine for me. I'm really grateful. Randy Price came in here. Oh, grateful for everybody. Dan in New Jersey, and then Lester Mitchell came in here, and like I said, and promote these. YouTubers channels, OU812. with a number 2, and I'm gonna make something where it's gonna show them on links, like I keep on saying I do and I don't. But OU812 Lester Mitchell, Guitar Hack, he's another one that helped me out a lot, and I need to give him credit. He really helped me out a lot.
I love Hack.
But he's just got a real good. He has a real good video he just put up. He just comes up with original stuff that just sounds so good, you know.
It comes out of him, just flows. Man.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, you got to listen to it. And Lester Mitchell, make sure y'all, Lester Mitchell, the Ball Shredder, and Charles Greene. He's got about 3 or 4 videos up now. At least we'll probably put more up because he knows how to do it now.
We're having fun. We're having fun, guys.
All right, guys. So thanks for joining us.
Yeah, I love you guys.
I really appreciate it. And y'all take care and be safe.